In 1971, a confidential memo circulated through the headquarters of one of America's largest food conglomerates. It wasn't about profits. It was about silence. One sentence buried in the document stood out. If the public discovers what sugar really does, we're finished. Fast forward to today. You walk into a grocery store thinking you're in control, but behind every low-fat label, every energy bar, every healthy yogurt, lurks the same substance compared to nicotine and cocaine: refined sugar. And you've been eating it every day without realizing it. But what happens when you stop? Not for a month, just 2 weeks. You might think you'd feel better, cleaner, healthier, and yes, eventually you do. But the first thing that happens, your body revolts. It starts on day one. Not with clarity, not with energy, but with headaches, mood swings, cravings so intense it feels like withdrawal. Because it is withdrawal. Sugar activates the same reward centers as addictive drugs. Dopamine floods your system. And when you quit, your brain panics, starved of its fix. One woman described it like this: "I couldn't focus. I was snapping at everyone. My body ached. I wasn't hungry for food. I was hungry for sugar." And here's the disturbing part. That's how the industry designed it. In the 1960s, researchers began linking sugar to heart disease. Big Sugar fought back. They paid scientists to blame fat instead. Harvard researchers were secretly funded to deflect from sugar's dangers. The narrative stuck. For decades, we feared fat and embraced sugar. Cereal became part of a balanced breakfast. Fruit juice was 100% healthy. Snack bars promised energy. By the late 1990s, Americans consumed over 150 pounds of sugar per year. And the symptoms? Brain fog, mood swings, fatigue, insulin resistance, all dismissed as normal. But after just 3 days without sugar, something shifts. Your taste buds recalibrate. Almonds and blueberries suddenly taste sweet. Your hunger stabilizes. Your blood sugar evens out. Deep inside your brain, inflammation starts to decline. But don't relax yet, because around day 5, the real test begins. Your sleep is interrupted. You feel anxious. You dream about sugar. And the cravings don't fade. They evolve. Your brain starts negotiating. Maybe a little honey. One bite of chocolate. You earn this. This is the voice of addiction. It's been whispering to you your whole life. Here's the twist. Most people who try quitting sugar fail within 7 days. Not because they're weak, but because the system was built that way. Sugar is everywhere. In sauces, bread, salad dressings, even deli meat. Labeled under aliases: maltodextrin, glucose syrup, fructose concentrate. A watchdog analyzed 100 health foods. Over 70% contained hidden sugars. The industry's strategy? Keep you hooked, keep you confused, and above all, keep you coming back. But what happens if you push through? If you survive the cravings, the brain fog, the late-night bargaining? What happens on day 10 when the pain fades and something else emerges? A kind of clarity, a sense of calm, and a biological shift you were never meant to experience in this system. Because what you feel next might just change everything. Day 10. You wake up and something is different. You don't feel wrecked. You don't crave coffee. Your thoughts feel sharper. Your energy stable. No spikes, no crashes. This isn't just feeling better. It's biochemical transformation. Insulin sensitivity improves. Your liver burns fat. Your gut microbiome begins to rewire. And beneath all of this, a silent war ends. The war sugar started in your body. Let's be clear, this isn't a miracle. What you're feeling now is what normal used to be. Before the sugar boom, before processed foods hijacked your biology, before inflammation became the baseline. You're not detoxing. You're just not being poisoned anymore. But why did it take this long? To answer that, we rewind to a moment most missed. 1999, Washington, D.C. In a closed-door briefing, a food industry whistleblower said, "We know our products are addictive. We know we target children, and we do it because it works." Lawmakers said nothing, because behind the silence were billions in lobbying. That year alone, sugar and processed food corporations spent $50 million to influence health guidelines. When the next food pyramid came out, sugar wasn't even mentioned. Instead, calories, fat, and portion control. As if you could portion control a chemical addiction. Meanwhile, the science kept piling up. MRI scans showed sugar lighting up the brain like heroin. Children on sugary drinks showed anxiety, hyperactivity, and insulin resistance. Type 2 diabetes exploded in countries adopting Western diets. But every study was met with a counter-study, funded by industry. No conclusive link. Moderation is key. All calories are the same. It was Big Tobacco's playbook. Distract, delay, deny. By day 12 of quitting sugar, you're living in clarity. Your skin clears. You sleep deeper. You feel emotionally balanced. Your cravings? Still there, but they've lost their grip. You begin noticing the manipulation, how gas stations are sugar traps, how ads equate fun with candy, comfort with cake, reward with soda. You realize sugar isn't just food, it's a cultural ritual, a psychological tool, a system of mass compliance, and you're no longer inside it. But here's the twist no one talks about. You're not just breaking up with sugar, you're grieving. Sugar was tied to everything. Birthday cake, ice cream on summer nights, chocolate after heartbreak. It's emotional currency. And quitting feels like losing part of your identity. This is what makes sugar harder to quit than alcohol. Not just physical addiction, but emotional programming. Even now, one ad, one bad day, one party could pull you back. Not because you're weak, because that's how the system works. The food industry doesn't just sell sugar, it sells nostalgia, safety, love in plastic wrappers, and if you don't know that, you'll go back, like 93% of detoxers do. But what if you don't? What if you reach day 14? Because on that day, something happens. Day 14. You feel awake, not just alert, but already alive. You walk into the same store, same labels, same aisles. But now you see the trap. You scan ingredients like a detective. You know the aliases, dextrose, maltose, corn syrup. It's no longer food, it's a chemical maze. But your brain has changed, the fog is gone, the cravings are quiet, and now you have leverage. This isn't willpower, it's Hakawa neuroplasticity. Your brain reshaping after withdrawal. Dopamine receptors normalize, stress hormones drop, the decision-making center regains control. You're not just eating differently, you're thinking differently, and that's dangerous for them. Because now you question the worst system. Why schools serve sugar milk? Why hospitals give Jell-O? Why health magazines promote fructose-packed, guilt-free snacks? You realize this isn't a public health crisis. It's a business model. A trillion-dollar system built on addiction and repeat customers, protected for decades by silence, ads, and lobbying, until now. In 2016, leaked emails exposed the sugar industry's efforts to discredit critics. Doctors labeled extremists, studies buried, journalists silenced, but the truth still surfaced. A landmark Nature study showed sugar didn't just correlate with disease, it caused cancer, Alzheimer's, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and not over decades, but one within weeks of exposure. Still, the ads ran. The shelves stayed full. The profits soared. But they didn't expect people to quit. One person, then 10, then thousands. Each a quiet rebellion, each a crack in the system. And what scares them most? Not taxes, not laws. Awareness. Because after 2 weeks, you feel real sleep, real peace, real energy, and there's no going back. The sugar industry doesn't sell sweetness, it sells dependence. It needs you anxious, tired, bloated, foggy. That version of you buys more. But the version that comes out after 2 weeks, you ask questions, read labels, think clearly, buy less, believe less, and that is bad for business. Here's the truth they fear most. Your body was never broken. It was overloaded, overstimulated, overmarketed. You didn't need a pill, you needed a reset. And in 14 days, you took back control of your brain. Now you have a choice. Return to the dopamine loop, to the sugar highs and the crashes, or keep going, 30 days, 60 a year without sugar. Because the longer you're out, the more you see. And once you see, you can't unsee. In a world built on sweet lies, sometimes the most radical act is to choose bitter truth. You don't need more willpower, you just need to wake up. And now, you already have. You just heard what happens when you give up sugar for 2 weeks. But what happens if you never go back? This is what they don't want you to know. And this is what we bring you every time. So subscribe, share, question everything. Because at What Doctors Say, we don't treat symptoms, we tell the truth.